What is up, guys? Shoutoutallen. Welcome to the video today, the Marvel Future Fight video. Today we're going to be talking about Sharon Rogers, Captain America. She got a brand new uniform, and so we're going to be asking the question, is it worth it? What's the difference between this one and the previous uniform? And so if you guys enjoy this video, make sure you drop a like. It really does help us out. Put a comment down below because I'd like to hang out with you and talk to you guys and answer your questions. And also hit the subscribe so that you can get notified when the next video goes live. We'll be doing all these uniforms as best we can, doing them justice and asking you the question, is it worth it? Because I want to help you guys if you can avoid spending crystals if you can. And so we're going to be talking about Sharon Rogers and her brand new uniform. Now keep in mind, Sharon Rogers is a beast. She is definitely meta. She's very strong, very free to play, and so her old uniform, this Star Knight armor one, is really good. Now the play style is a little wonky because the accumulation is based on damage that you take, but when it accumulates a ton, and so as you get hit, when you're hitting that 3, then you can do the 5 and the 4, and then it does a lot of great things. So what you're going to notice is that the 4 on this new uniform is different than the other one. So let's just look at the build real quick before we get too carried away. Attack speed 130, crit rate very close, crit damage very close, 41,000 energy attack, all those fun stuff. Uru, we got some Uru, which I actually have to wait for an unequipped cost because I put physical attack on her at some point in my life, and I'm not sure why. Life choices, you know what I mean? But 4-5-star Uru and a couple of Odin's Blessings, and so she's very good. Very strong character, right? Tier 3 skill, passive, skill damage, bonus damage, all that fun stuff. 1, 2 is pretty standard. 3, you get your accumulation based on accumulated damage instead of the damage that is received. It takes all attacks for each accumulated damage. Accumulated true damage regardless. So it's based on damage dealt instead of damage received, which is nice. It's easier. 4 is all defense down. 5 is max XP. Crit rate goes up. So what I'm actually gonna. It's kind of a waste to have your crit rate. You can have a soft cap of 65% for that. Type enhancement. Actually, we can try. Let's go. Cross your fingers. No. Okay, so good job. And then they want me to buy stuff. So Power of Angry Hulk, right? Maxed out ISO. So we got a CTP of energy. I do have 14% Pierce, just for you guys taking notes at home, and so that combines very well with chain hit damage in the 180 proc. So let's look at the uniform options. Hulk Amadeus Cho, Spider-Man Infinity War, Spider-Man Miles Morales, Professor X. That one is that stings because to get his bios you have to do Danger Room, and that is rough. Now I used a card on that, so I'm gonna reroll that to all defenses, but that stings. That's definitely hurtful. And so all of these different uniform options are very wonky, but Mr. Fantastic, that's an expensive native tier 2 character, right? He's okay. Spider-Man, this is his 5 uniforms ago, and then this is best Miles Morales uniform, but he can't tier 3 or whatever. So that's the build. Easy peasy. Let's go ahead and go to the skill preview so you can kind of see. I'm gonna go ahead and show off what they are. So here's the one that looks exactly the same. The 2, very similar. 3, again, looks exactly the same. Really, there might be a couple more things. 5, same, pulls down, and then out comes things. Now this 4 is where things get a little different because before she'd zoom across and stuff. So now she kind of spikes and then blast, and then another blast. It has a few more hits. So your rotation is going to be about the same. So 3, 5, and then when she pulls down, then do 4. And so you can see that there's a ton of hits. And so before, what you would have to do is, as I turn AI on, you'd have to take damage, and then 5, and then 6, because you didn't want to do the 4, because then it would ruin your accumulation, and then you'd proc on the 6. So now you get 3, 5, and 4. And instead of the iframe on 4, she has invincibility, which is really helpful. And so yeah, so that's kind of your rotation. 3, 5, and 4. And so you can kind of do it actually a little quicker if you wanted to make sure that you're getting more accumulation, which is nice. This is a little different change. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go against Null, because Null's the damage checker as far as that, and so we can kind of really take our time to look at what's going on. We're going to pick 5. That's kind of the middle row. Actually, let's just do 9. Can we just do 9, and that way we can see what we're looking at here? Yeah, so we're going to use this team for both uniforms. So we have the all basic attack of 35, but also we have Cyclops' passive that helps energy attack, so really it's a 65% all attack to Sharon. We also have Valkyrie support, right? Increased chain hit, so it's going to be additional chain hit, also damage, ignores dodge rate, and extra damage to villains, and all that stuff. And so that's the team we're going to use, and we're going to use all ignore dodge. Hang on, all ignore dodge strikers. Actually, let's just keep the strikers. These are just damage strikers because she's got some ignore dodge. So what we're going to do is going to see how long it takes her to finish that first phase, and then compare it to the old uniform. And we're going to see if there's a big difference, then this brand new uniform is significantly better. If it's about the same, then you got to ask yourself if you're wanting the easier playstyle, or if you're wanting if you're wanting to wait, because there is going to be a Black Friday sale that they've done every year for a long time, based on, jeez Louise, maybe I should clear her with my stage 9. But basically they have a Black Friday sale where all the uniforms are on sale for 50% off. And so I usually wait about this time and just start saving crystals. I'm probably going to go ahead and dump crystals whenever I do these videos, because I enjoy making them. But 4:16 on the clock, where he gets into his next stage on stage 9. Now stage 9 is the farthest I can go until I get Apocalypse tier 3, or I dump crystals into that. And so I don't really, because I got challenges I got to do. Got to finish them in 100 seconds, which I'm thinking Sharon might be able to do that. So, well, that was the time on the clock, and so we're going to compare it to Star Knight armor. Same everything except for the brand new uniform. So Pierce does come into play, and so I just can't unpierce my cards. That would be too costly, and so it's kind of good. It is what it is. But what I did right there is I did not get procced on the thing, but you have to kind of play more carefully. Way more carefully on with this uniform, because you want to get hit, so you don't want to hit the 3 too early like I just did twice, like a noob. And so because it's easier, that kind of makes me feel like it's better. But is it worth more crystals? I don't know that answer. So about 4:11 on the clock, right? Compared to the other one, I mean, that's pretty similar. And so I think what's interesting going on here is the fact that this is not a this is not a huge upgrade for her. It's easier to play, which is definitely an upgrade, right? It is better. But the question is, if you already have this, and you've already learned how to play her that way, then maybe you don't need this yet. And the uniform options are easier for this one, right? So you got Captain America, Infinity War, Phoenix 5, Magic, Captain Marvel, Infinity War, Star from Home, right? So they're about the same, because I also don't have a lot of the options of this one. You know what I mean? We're getting what, 100 more energy attack because I haven't got Makers over to Mythic yet. So it's about the same, but the difference is that 4, instead of an iframe, it's an invincibility, and then just a little bit more damage, and the accumulation is just a little easier to do. All right, let me look at. Oops. Come on now. Fat fingers, let's do this. Alright, so that accumulation is based on true damage regardless. It's accumulation, it's the same thing. So its accumulation is the same thing. It's just it's easier to do with the 4 instead of the 4 on the new one, right? So basically, I think this is a good uniform. I think if you have this one, this Star Knight one, you could probably wait. And I think that's fine. Wait till Black Friday if you want to get it. If you don't have this one, the Star Knight or armor, then I would go ahead and get this one, because then you're going to learn how to play it with an easier rotation, whereas this one's a little bit more trickier to play. It feels more splashy, where this is more consistent. But the time's about the same. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure you drop a like, put a comment down below. It really helps me out. Consider joining our Discord and all that fun stuff. I'll put the links down in the bottom below. So let me know what you guys think of Sharon Rogers. Do you have her at tier 3? Are you considering getting her at tier 3? Because she is a very strong character. I was kind of blown away by how much damage she can do now. That's more consistency. So I may try to get her to help me beat Null in 100 seconds. So yeah, basically that's all we got for today. Keep hanging out with us as we do more videos on the other uniforms. We got Crescent and Luna Snow coming up, and so make sure you do all that fun stuff, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.